One thing I get asked frequently is, why don't you play historical? No, not the setting. Actually play historically. Why don't you use historical templates? And to be fair, I never really wanted to do it. The reason why is I don't want to calculate how many battalions are going to go into what division and somehow make it, reverse engineer it to make it work in Hearts of Iron 4. We're living in a different age right now. 7 years have passed and we have access to ChatGPT. Can I play Germany in Hearts of Iron 4 but only use historical templates? Let's find out. Germany 936, the beginning of the storm. Infantry, and this is the template we're given. Is this a historical template? Well, let's ask the mastermind to find out. In 1936, what did a German infantry division consist of? In 1936, the German infantry division was a key component of their army, which was unified under the armed forces of the N Germany. It gives me a full breakdown of everything which was in that division. Signal companies, divisional support, engineers, reconnaissance, artillery, and infantry. It even gives a breakdown of equipment as well. Nice. However, in Hearts of Iron 4, a single division consists of 1,000 manpower. So the question would be is, how much manpower into this single division? Typically feels between 15,000 and 17,000 soldiers. And the infantry parts of it are between 9,000 and 9,600. So what does that look like in Hoy? So each battalion consists of 3,000. So that means I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 9,000. And with the technology I've got, I need to have support artillery, support engineers, support cavalry reconnaissance. And the artillery segment is 2,000 people, which tells me that's probably an artillery battalion. Because the support artillery consists of 300 manpower. So I'm going to probably take a guess there's actually support artillery in there, and that consists of 500 manpower. Okay, so it'd be something like this. Even more artillery. Around between 1,500 and 1,700 soldiers, and we're currently at 12 right here. Let's not mess around. Let's get all the requirements. First of all, we need signal companies, and with that, we're going to need radio. We also need to research anti-tank because we don't start the game with that. And apart from that, we focus on production. Move all the infantry over and let's go ham on historical infantry templates for Germany and see if they work. We'll exercise the fleet just a little bit, exercise the planes just a little bit, and make a bunch of infantry and deploy them. Of course, we're going to need a lot of artillery, so we're going to pump out as many of those as we can. Oh, and I've just spotted I need a maintenance company as well. Even says medical services, but is this enough personnel to be a field hospital? That's the question. And there is no supply units. I guess that could be logistics, I suppose. But that means we've run out of support battalions. So my guess would be is if it's less than, let's say, 800 personnel, it technically isn't a part of the division, right? We have to warp and stretch the constraints of Hearts of Iron 4 to make this fit. The first thing we need to modify is add a Chief of the Army, because we need Army XP to modify that template to make it the ideal one. An extra attack is definitely a must. Next up is radio, and radio, even though it's not shown here, unlocks the signal company. Signal companies, what do? They add initiative, which reinforces you into battle quicker, just kind of like reinforce rate. But it also gives faster planning bonus gain over time. Do you use planning bonus? No, me neither, but it's in the game, so. The anti-tank gun. Something I rarely build unless I want to add on cannons onto my planes. So I have a reason to go down this path now. However, we're not going for planes. We're going for anti-tank guns. And next up, we need to add on some maintenance as well, which increases reliability and also increases capture ratio. When you defeat the enemy, a portion of their equipment they lose, you will gain 5% in that case. And also your equipment is more reliable because if it breaks down, the maintenance teams are right there behind them to pick them up and fix them and get them back into the battlefield. So once you've exercised your planes and you've got 3 air XP, use it because then you can make almost the best plane for the 1930s. There we go. You can stop exercising now. And make the best plane for 1936. You know what it consists of? More guns and a turret. Magnificent. Right, the Spanish Civil War. It's time for action. And I think with the division template we're going to be using, we can do a lot of damage. And because it's opposite day, we're going to send everything to the Republicans. Listen, if you know, okay? And if you don't know, I'm sorry. Maybe someone in the comments will tell you. 2 divisions, 10 volunteers, and air volunteers. And the standard is to send tactical bombers. Send them over. Here they are, 2 divisions. So what we're going to do is look for a fresh general. Someone nice and fresh, and ready to upgrade, ready to learn, and become, hopefully, someone great. This guy, Reckless, is an armor expert. Reckless is good because you're more likely to level up and gain more attack. We'll go for him, and we'll go for any old field marshal. Now, what we're going to do now is something special. We're going to duplicate this division and then create our own version. And this is the historical boy. Give it a nice icon. Yep. And we're going to make it historically. So we agreed it's going to be 9,000 for this. So the infantry size is actually correct, but the artillery part is completely wrong. And we're going to go incredibly hard on the artillery. We're going to go for the recon. We're going to go for the anti-tank if we could afford it. But for now, this will do. And now what we do is select these guys and convert them to the historical boy. Pop them on the front line and start doing damage. And what we have to do is prioritize all equipment to come to this theater for these troops, because these are the ones that we're going to acquire all the equipment. Motorized priority. If you're not doing this, why? Come on, it's the best thing to do in the game. And now you're in a position to build planning bonus and attack. And we're a little bit low on supply, just probably where we're located. But can we make an attack into here? And we can. And we're doing 0 damage. Fine, no teller like 25. Okay, that's actually reasonable. 25 damage is pretty good. And with the planes striking these regions too, doing lots of damage, that'll be very helpful. Why not make the artillery a little bit better? Because this gives bonus of 10% soft attack, passive bonus, meaning it affects the divisions immediately when the research is completed. Is it better shells? Is it better artillery training techniques? I'm not sure, but it increases it instantly, which is nice because it requires 0 production. To top that off as well, going for boulder type means he's more likely to level up attack into the general, and getting that right XP for the generals is going to go a long way. Hopefully this guy will be a level 10 attack by the end of the fall of France. Will France fall? Find out on this episode. If you look really closely, these divisions aren't 100% strength. Can you see the orange bar? So if you hover over it, you can see we're behind in infantry equipment and support equipment. So just keep producing what you've got and make sure you prioritize and balance out your production. You're doing great. I believe in you. And whoosh. You can see the damage they're doing is fairly decent. To say we're suffering from a 90% state penalty. If you really look closely, click on here and then click on states, you can actually see the state modifiers here. So you can see right here, we've got issues with unplanned offensives in all these regions. You can see in this region, there's no unplanned offensive. I believe in the north there's not as well, but it starts to open up when the north closes down. The anti-tank needs to be built. An essential part of the division. Well, is it essential? I don't usually build it, but it's historical, okay? Let's go further. So, we agreed. Anti-tank and a maintenance company. This is a historical Germany 1930s template. And it should feel between 1,500 and 1,700 men. We're nowhere near that. So that tells me I need more infantry. But that's closer with the 2 battalions here. But my goodness, that is a chunky division. Pause for a second. Not surviving 4, due to the way the map works, it's more beneficial to have smaller, more numerous divisions to hold a front line than it is to have big chunky ones. People usually make the big chunky ones to make pushes on the front line. However, this division has to fill the complete front line, and look at the insane amount of equipment required to actually do this. So this is going to be a challenge to pull this off, but let's do it. If you want to get the most air XP, the minute you can afford branch independent spirit, the better. It will take a while to pay itself off, usually about 3 years. The net benefit is you get a passive bonus of less intelligence, so less detection for your air force. Plus, you gain a little bit of air XP from it to do it. Ah, the event! This is the event. I'm not going to explain this event, but if you know, you know. Comment below if you don't know. I'm sorry. Austria, more like Greater Germany, right? Another option to send another volunteer? Send him in. Oh, look at this. And the AI just making encirclements. I'm proud of you, AI. Don't forget to close the pocket, because otherwise all this work will be in vain. That's very good. I'm impressed. And that means we'll convert another division to a historical boy. Okay. State map mode. This area is clear. Front line. Battle plan. Aggressive. Off you go. And you can see, because there's so much artillery as a part of this division, we just chew through divisions. Like, there's not anything there at all. The last 3. I like to think I'm microing this, but I'm actually not. I'm just kind of helping out the AI if they're moving in a bit of a weird direction. I suppose at this point, it gets a little bit weird, because you think about it, I'm actually helping out the wrong side, but you know what? I just don't care. Another encirclement. And as you can see now, there's less unplanned offensives than ever before. And there's just a few areas you probably want to avoid, like the anarchists and dead in the center. Full grand battle plan, autopilot. Nationalists gone. Monarchism, that's not going to work. And then anarchism. Yeah, that's definitely not going to work. I'll just walk into the front line, snake all the way to the front. That was easy. I could send another 2 divisions to Spain, but does it really matter at this point? Nah. But what is important is this guy, the infantry expert. Extra 10% attack, 15% defense. It's really big for these big, chunky divisions. Remember, this is a 1930s division. Of course, when the war progresses, this division is going to change, and I will modify that template to match what the Germans used during the war. Spain, no longer paying Republican, though. Is that a good thing? Comment below. So, the 3 brave volunteers of Spain have returned, and they are super buff. Look at that. Veterans plus 75% attack modifier. Juicy. The big question is now, though, I have to make my entire army this template. Because remember, we're using the historical template of this age. So here we go. Historical boy, change it over, and we're lacking a lot of equipment. Towed artillery isn't a big deal. Support could be a problem. Artillery is a massive issue, and infantry equipment also a massive issue. Let's convert that over. Hover over the red numbers in logistics and see how far we're behind. 500 days for anti-tank. I think that's okay. Artillery, 1,300 days. Ouch. Infantry equipment, 115. Ah, that's actually not too bad. And then support equipment is 150 days. So the only ones that are actually a big issue are artillery and anti-tank. So 2 more on there, 2 more on there. Take that off, take that off. There we go. Perfectly balanced, like all things should be. Whoa, this isn't secret police. This is an intelligence agency. We're gathering intelligence. Not in our own country. Places elsewhere, you know? This is for the good of the nation, all right? Wink, wink. Wait a minute. No, hang on. Don't include the wink. So, spread them out a little bit more. Then we're going to motorize priority. 1, 2. Check if we've got enough equipment. We got enough trains? No. So just 1 more on trains. And then motorized, we're doing pretty good. So everything else is looking really swell now. Everything's roughly about 100 days. The artillery is still a problem, though, so we're going to have to work on that. It's 1938. I think it's about time to get off our addiction of civilian factories, right? And we'll make a few mills now in all the areas with 100 infrastructure. Okay, focusing on getting that soft attack up, all passive bonuses. Can I benefit from a little bit more artillery? Only gives hard attack and piercing, something I really don't care that much about. Why? Because the AI doesn't make very good tanks. Hey, this is a historical game, okay? We're going to create Slovakia, and there's an advantage to this. Look at all that free compliance. The game incentivizes you to do this. We can do civilian oversight now. And brutal oppression is the main meme we're going to use with horses. Okay, production is through the roof. Make sure you're building core territories, though. Don't want to be built inside of Bohemia or Slovakia. Right, so we're behind on artillery by 100 days. That's still doable. And then anti-tank, we're just a little bit behind. We have to take into account, though, when we're involved in battles, we are also going to take some losses. So being the fact we're behind so much, I think we need to invest even more into artillery. More. As you can see, more. Is it time? I think it's time. Danziger War. We're going to exercise the boys up to level 3. We'll also split them off into individual divisions. Now, I'm so confident at the moment because I think these divisions are absolutely going to demolish everything. So the 20 divisions are going to go here. Shift left click all of them, add them to a field marshal, you'll do. And then 1 goes into East Prussia and the rest go on the main front line. But we don't care about Slovakia for now. And then everyone gets exercised to level 3. Now, best army, the ones with the veterans from the Spanish Civil War, is going to get my best general. Well, the one I've been exercising, the one I've been training. Here he is. Mr. Hoth, I hope you did not commit any war crimes. Let's just pretend you didn't. France isn't always guaranteed, but I'll hold a British spy in that region just to make sure we have a little bit extra breakthrough just to get through this region and deny them any entrenchment. Okay, we have maxed air experience, so we hop now onto air crew surveys. Then we max out our air. We'll go for strategic destruction just for the air bonuses for interception. Pro tip, if you want to max your air doctrines, send a few planes to China and Japan. And then trust me, then at that point, you'll have max air XP for practically the rest of the game. You get to the point where you've got so much air XP, you don't even know what to do with it. Right, Danziger War is done. Poland has said no. We're just waiting for our troops to exercise now. Catching up on artillery production. We're just a little bit behind now. Oh, the historical division. Defeat Poland, the Lowlands, and France. We're about to find out. It is time. Push. And the main army also push. Caught up on all equipment. Put the planes on interception. And as you can see, the divisions absolutely melt. The amount of soft attack damage I am doing is absolutely insane. I'm not sure why this has happened, but Lithuania has joined the Allies. Now, I've never seen that before in historical. But I'm going to complain because This is an opportunity for free real estate. There you go. Poland is crushed. Next focus you naturally go for is around Maginot, and then prioritize my divisions on this front. Meanwhile, Rommel's going to be left behind to take care of the Lithuanians. As you can see with this plane, even though it isn't amazing, look at the trades incredibly favorably. Just from tweaking those stats just a tiny little bit and converting the excess of planes. How easily can we defeat the lowlands? We'll just send one army in this case, and we'll put them on aggressive. And here we go. Yeah, once again, every division just absolutely melts. All right, we're in position again. We're going to push. Yep. Once again, aggressive. Just chew through them. And we cripple Belgium in seconds. Bring them to the front line. Come on, guys. Just go, go, go. Once again, another open goal. Just go for it. Germany to win the Euros. Yes or no? It's looking promising. Melting those divisions. Absolutely melting them. It was France. Not even a single division left behind either. Well, there is something left behind, and that's Luxembourg. When Luxembourg is gone, you get the beautiful ability of coring Alsace-Lorraine. Or should I actually say, Alsace-Lothrinian? Probably said that wrong. So again, don't do it very often, but I'm going to go for the upgrade for anti-tank to gain extra hard attack and soft attack. Something that I don't need, but I will take advantage of it just because I can. You think this video's over? We're not done yet. Remember, we're touching 1940. What is the 1940 division for Germany? What does it look like? Again, but a 1940 German infantry template. In the 1940s, the more advanced mechanical compared to 1936, reflecting the military enhancements in the military organization, tactics, and equipment as World War II progressed. The composition is relatively similar. However, some of the equipment is different. Horse-drawn transports, motorized vehicles, and bicycles. And the size of the division now is between 17,000 and 18,000. Can you highlight the key differences between this 1940s infantry and 1930s in a table format, please? Certainly. Oh my god, this is perfect. So we can see now the infantry division is slightly larger, so it's just gone up by an extra 1,000, 2,000 maximum, because there is a range. It mentions 2 to 3 battalions of artillery, but 4 battalions in 1940. So I actually got that wrong. We've gone from cavalry reconnaissance to fully motorized reconnaissance. Okay. Practically everything else is pretty much very similar. So let's make those changes. First one, no longer cavalry recon. It is now motorized recon. And of course, it is slightly larger with 2 more battalions of infantry. Yes. So we're a 38 combat width biggie right now. And what does that mean? It changes none of our logistics because we're all up to date anyway. I must be out of the loop with Hearts of Iron 4. We have a Soviet Union here justifying against us. So any possibility of a D-Day now is not happening unless we do it within the next 3 months. Yeah, that ain't happening. We'll train another army plus an additional 4, and that'll give us 5 full armies to defeat the Soviet Union. Now, will a 1940s infantry division for Germany be enough? That is the question, and that is what we're going to test out now. I spy with my little eye, and it's something to do with the Soviet Union. I wonder if they're up to no good. But what we can also upgrade now is some of the support companies. We couldn't add the signal companies on before because there was a limited amount. And I don't even know what we'd remove. I presume we'd remove the support artillery. Yeah, let's do that. So signal companies is going to be a thing. Upgrade the railways, because we don't want to run into the problems the Germans ran into when they invaded the Soviet Union. Those rail gauges need to be 100% converted. 85 railways from here to Brandenburg. Wow. Soviets have declared war and they're doing absolutely nothing. They're not even pushing the front line. Okay, I'm going to deploy my divisions in a little bit of an emergency. Square up the numbers. New general. Attach them to the front line. I'm going to exercise them up. Oh, and they're testing the front lines now. Not with a lot of joy. Oh, they're making pushes though. Okay, exercising the front line was a little bit too much. Now, the problem is the Soviets have a lot of penalties. Their doctrines are awful. Speaking of doctrines, so are mine. Let's keep it historical. We're going to go for mobile warfare. Seems kind of weird, but we'll benefit from some more organization for our infantry. Right, the signals. We're going to upgrade them immediately to gain more initiative. And then we'll replace the support artillery with the signal companies. Now that is probably going to eat into our motorized. It has. So we'll just increase the production just to balance things out. It's something a lot of people forget about. If you invade Denmark, you gain Danish produce, which increases your supply efficiency, which allows you to just get more supply to the front line, which is always something beneficial to do. So all I'm going to do is pull back 6 divisions. We don't even need 6. We probably could do with 1. You know what? As a bit of a joke, I'm actually going to do it with 1 division. I just want to see if I can break Denmark with a single division. Mission: break Denmark with 1 division. Is it doable? And they immediately surrender. We've not taken any land. Okay, there we go. And then immediately they become our puppet. And then to top it off, we get Danish produce. The butterfront. Construction's great. Non-combat supply penalties is useful. Supply consumption -5% is amazing. Construction 2.5% is pretty good. Supply efficiency, supply range. Oh man, this is all good. It's all good. It'd be a shame not to work on the planes, right? Let's get a bigger engine and let's all put bigger guns on it as well. And I suppose at the same time, we can focus on being bigger armor on it as well. Fill all those slots. All we're really waiting for right now is the big railway from Lithuania to Berlin. Signal companies are here, upgraded to level 2. Big engine time. Let's top that off as well. A bit of armor as well. Self-sealing. Yeah, self-sealing is better because you don't reduce the range. Let's top that off. We are in a desperate need for rubber, so work on that rubber processing and then top it off as well. Some more refineries. We've got the production for it. Right, the boys are all on the front with a little bit of intelligence. We're in a good state of mind. We're going to go for a balanced approach and push forward. And once again, the divisions do so much damage because the soft attacks to the roof. As you can see here, we're just absolutely annihilating them. Maneuver warfare, extra speed. Yeah, why not? Fast infantry, right? Don't forget to get infantry expert for all your divisions, all your armies, for all the generals. And I feel so confident we're winning right now that I might go full attack and be aggressive. Just got to keep an eye on those logistics. One little tip to reduce your logistics hit is drop it down to careful, meaning they're almost like 70 or 80% chance of making a push where it's going to be a successful win. You still will take some losses, but the amount of active combats will reduce significantly, meaning less hit to your logistics. Stack the agents on Moscow to the Kolav government. Refresh, go. Closing all those pockets, and once again, effortlessly, we just chew through them like they're nothing. New capital is Stalingrad. Kolav 2 is done. And the impact of that is, oh my goodness, Stalingrad, and it's over. Let's get that done nice and quick. And I'm going to grab the navy now of the Soviet Union. And this is big. This is super big. Because look at that. 109 ships. Adding to my 243, which is predominantly destroyers, as you can see. Merge those 2 babies up. We have a big death stack navy. And the brilliance of this is now we have amazing naval projection. Let's do a few little shenanigans. So we'll get Marines. At the same time, we'll research landing craft. Then we select our navy, put them on strike force in all these regions. Now if we look really closely, we got F2 and zoom in on the English Channel. We can see our naval supremacy is 59%, which is enough to execute a naval invasion. And of course, you know who's going to lead the naval invasion? My good sir, Army 2. Yeah, I know, it's not a very good name, I'm sorry. And at the same time, we'll have one of you guys land in the East region as well. Exercise everyone else, bring everyone forward with the 4-bar line, exercise to level 3. At the same time, build up the air bases along the coast, win the Battle of Britain, and the AI is scripted to put his planes over the English Channel. Oh, and they're actually trading pretty well. All right, okay. This is not looking as confident as I originally thought, but the naval suppression now is 68%. So what happens is air superiority is giving me a boost of 50%. They renamed the cities Ludendorff. Sounds like something from Harry Potter. And also no longer Stalingrad, it's Hindenburg. Now we're a darker shade of black. Oh, there we go. The numbers are trading way more in my favor now. We must have had some of the higher quality planes first. We shot those down. Now their averages are significantly less. There we go. Look, we have average higher air attack, more agility, more speed. This tells me we're winning those dogfights. Radar up, anti-air up, planes in position, dogfighting in position, spies are spying. We just need to wait now a little bit longer to get more divisions prepared and ready for a naval invasion of Britain. And we choose to annex all of Yugoslavia, and they're just like, yeah, no worries, we can do that, bro. Okay, well, that's an easy one. And you just do that by clicking on Fate of Yugoslavia. Usually they say no and you get a war goal against them. I wasn't really going to use it, but hey, look at all this land now. Maybe Italy may justify on us now. I don't know, we'll see. Because they may want some of that land. Will they get it? Probably not. Okay. Marines are done now, so special forces, we're going to go for this one that gives +5 naval invasion capacity. Not a lot, but I maxed out my special forces now, and that means I can assign an extra 5 divisions on this front. So now we just need to wait for this naval invasion to complete, and then we'll go from there. We are a little bit low on convoys, so we'll make a few. Say we'll make 100, and then we'll just Start building them now. Because right now we have 0 convoys. And the reason why is we've allocated them all for the naval invasion. All right, let's see. Let's pretend it's the end of the war, all right? What about a 1944 infantry division for Germany? How does it differ from the 1941? Give the results in a table, please. Because tables are great. Visual eye candy. Oh dear, the size of an infantry division goes a lot smaller. Okay, we're starting to see now, as the war progresses, the size of the German army is so much smaller that they're not even capable of fielding a full-size infantry division. Did the Germans in World War II ever use mechanized? But they were a part of a panzer division or armored infantry panzer grenadiers. That doesn't look like it is used as a part of an infantry division. Ahistorical, right? If we're gonna go ahistorical, pioneers, because they focus more on naval invasions. Yep. And then we replace the recon with rangers for the extra mountain damage. Yeah, once again, super ahistorical. We've moved off the historical boy. I'm gonna put a star at the end. Yeah, historical in brackets. 2 armies are in position. We have full air superiority in the English Channel, full naval domination, 70 naval supremacy. Activate the battle plan. Off we go. At the same time, we'll do naval invasion support. The lads have already landed. The damage is being done. And here we are. Once again, another one of those moments. This feels like a little bit too effortless, you know? Oh, and the naval invasion to the south wasn't even activated. I wasn't even ready. I did it anyway, and it's working really well. So there you go. Well, I think we can full-on battle plan this now. And yeah, that's going really smooth. There we go. Supply situation fixed. Once again, securing more ports also helps you out as well. Go, go, go. Everyone aggressive. 3, 2. Provisional government of Czechoslovakia. I spent all that time building compliance. I'm not going to get rid of it now. That's it. Britain's gone. No more Britain. So what we're going to do is now do strike force for the biggest possible region. This will prevent them from doing naval invasions on top of your naval invasions. And you don't want that to happen because that really hurts. It is a massive waste of your time. Usually it's always a good idea to grab the Shetland Islands as well. Isle of Man as well as Northern Ireland, just to prevent them bombing you or stationing their ships around this said area of the Atlantic. Historical Germans versus British Marines. Annihilated. There you go. Desperate times, service by requirement, need that manpower. Spain, I need access to Africa, so you're my corridor. And Portugal, I like tungsten, so Gibraltar, so many divisions, so many lost. And then Portugal as well. So there's 2 options to take out America. You either do the big thing where you go across the Atlantic and just try and get naval supremacy, or you dip through Africa and then just kind of like springboard into Brazil and then work your way up through the Americas. You already know what I'm doing. Morocco. They've got a lot of divisions here. I don't think this landing is going to go very well. No, there's way too many divisions here. I can't break this. Do we change to CAS? A last minute tech switch. Yeah, let's do it. Again. And this time it's a success. Collaboration government in America, definitely a requirement because those victory points are spread out so far and vast and in between. Okay, this is what we came here for. Naval invade. And now the climb into South America. I have to get through Chile and Argentina as well. And off they go. How many divisions? How's Brazil got? 27 to 51. See, it's way higher than they used to have. The new DLC has buffed South America massively. And off they go. All right, that's Brazil capped. Uruguay, you're a bit of a speed bump, so I'm going to go through you to get to Argentina. Venezuela, another speed bump. Then we go up the corridor of the United States. All right, Venezuela, Colombia. Now we play the ladder of the Americas. When Paradox get round to the national focuses for these small Latin American countries, I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do. Every focus tree is going to be like, unify, unify, unify. United States of the Americas. The Union of the Americas. Federation of the Americas. What are the odds that India is a major power? Oh, well, Japan's taking care of them. Major powers. Oh, they're not. But Canada is. Okay. And so is Chile. What? Last small Latin America minor. Then we've got access to the allies. The Guatemalans. The final speed bump. Now the fun begins. And the result is the man in the high castle, the provisional government of the United States. Nah. We're not playing that game. GG. So weird to see all the land that I've conquered, and now it's all up to peace conference. The contribution is 59% too. It's because it's split between the Japanese and the Italians. The Italians did nothing, they just stand there. And the result is a mess. Something that you were all prepared for. I don't understand. Italy capitulated and went to a civil war, but they still have a say in the peace conference. Collab, Bohemia. Why do they get the Sudan? That doesn't even make sense. Collab, the Soviets. Boom. German, Russia. It doesn't explain why these cities that are named after German people are given back to the Soviets, though. They're mine. They're Germanified, right? Yeah? No? Yes, the historical template is very good. However, I did modify at the very end because I wanted to go for mechanized, and it ended up a bit like this. Logistics is very strong, so I included that. Top it off, mechanized, very good for the hardness. It makes sense. Hey, if you want to support the channel, feel free to click the Patreon link below and give $1. Just a small amount. If your name appears on screen right now, it's because you are a supporter, and I love you. All right, my lads, have a good day. Bye.